What's up, YouTube? Yu Galaxy, and I recently saw this card, um, and that it was going to be released in the Judgment of Light pack that will be coming out in the TCG sometime in September. Now, I like a lot of stuff that's coming out of that set. I like the new zombie cards. They're freaking awesome. I hear they're supposed to be prophecy support. I like the prophecy deck, so I'm happy about that. I am not happy that this card is coming out. It's not because the card is good. It is because the card is bad. And people are hyping it up. I have seen comments on Facebook, on even YouTube channels, that this card is going to get Pot of Avarice banned. No, that is not going to happen. If Pot of Avarice gets banned, it will not be because Pot of Duplicity came out, it will be because that card is just too good to begin with. Pot of Duplicity has an effect that is semi-similar to Pot of Avarice. Now, Pot of Duplicity allows you at the start of your main phase 1, so before you even activate anything, you can target 3 monsters with different types in your graveyard, shuffle all 3 of them into the deck, and then draw 2 cards. You also can't conduct your battle phase the turn you activate the card. Now, the getting 3 monsters into your deck, shuffling, drawing 2 cards, that part's great. That part's fine. I like that. There's a few things I don't like about this card. This card is inherently, no matter what you do, dead on your first turn. Whereas Pot of Avarice, there are actually ways that can be live if you go first and you just play through your main phase 1, and it can be live in your first turn. That is hard. There are not many decks that can do it, but there are certain decks that have in the past been able to pull off a first turn Pot of Avarice. Now, this card, it is actually impossible to use on your first turn, because you have to play a card to set up your graveyard no matter what. Now, in my opinion, this card has too many drawbacks to be seen as a competitive card, and it's kind of a joke to me that people actually consider this able to make Pot of Avarice get banned. In my opinion, for Pot of Avarice to get banned, they need to release a card that does something as good as what Pot of Avarice does. This card doesn't even come close. I mean, it's not even playable in many decks. Pot of Avarice is playable in everything. Why would you want to play a Pot of Duplicity when you could just play a Pot of Avarice and recycle more? Now, some people say, well, you reduce the chance of you drawing what you want when you shuffle in the 5. In all reality, if you're playing Pot of Avarice, you are playing it because you need to recycle cards anyway. So, you shouldn't be thinking about Pot of Avarice like that. You play Pot of Avarice in decks like Lightsworn, decks like, TG used to play it just because everything they had was a floater. Plants used to play it because they filled up the grave. This card, it just doesn't work the same way. You have to have 3 different types. So, right there, plants can't use this card. If anyone finds a plant deck, and if Glow Up Bulb gets unbanned in September, which I think should happen, they can't play this card. I think this card is honestly really bad, because just if you're playing this card, it inherently says I'm gonna have at least 1 dead card in my hand for 1 turn, or I'm going to just do something, draw cards, and then pass turn to you. Now, this reminds me slightly of Card D. Now, Card D, you draw 2 cards from the top of your deck, and you just pass turn. Now, Card D is better than this card. For the pure purpose, you can set cards before you want to activate the pot, the card. So you can set like 3 back rows, go into your card, and then draw your 2 cards, and then pass your turn. With this card, it's like, okay, well, I'm going to play it, and then I can't do battle, so I have to just set up my board, and then I'm going to pass. So it allows you to do something similar, but in my opinion, I don't see it being as good, because with card you can use it on the first turn. You can't use this on your first turn. It doesn't seem as good. And I'm not trying to like insult anyone who thinks this card is going to be good. This card might be great. I can't see it being great, but it might be. That's why I want you to comment down below and tell me how you think this card is going to be used, what decks you think are going to play it, how you think they're going to play it. Do you think it's going to be good? Do you think this card is going to be anything above a super rare for the TCG? I don't know what it was printed as in the OCG, but just tell me if you think this card is going to be good, why, and like what you feel about it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.